like software meltdown. So I apologize. I'm here though. Welcome. I'm Nick from Define Life, creator of Define My Day. If you come here every week, you know that. But it's good to see you. Thank you. Hope you guys are having a good Monday morning so far. I know for myself, it's been pretty productive already. I am starting a new book today, and we're going to get into talking about that. So my new book, I was waiting for this new cover to come out. This is our new American flag cover. The proceeds benefiting a veterans leadership program. It's actually called the Veterans Leadership Program. It's a nonprofit in the Pittsburgh area that helps empower other veterans. So we have 1,000 of these. We've created 1,000 of these, and for this 1,000, the proceeds are going to benefit the Veterans Leadership Program. And I've been waiting for this, so I've been kind of like for the past week. It didn't fall on the right week for me, so for a week I was sort of just using up like old pages of other Define My Day books. So very excited to be into this one. This one's been in my head for a year, and to finally get it out on paper is kind of cool. So I like that, and I'm going to be showing you guys the other ones if you haven't seen them yet. They're all in stock now. We are fully loaded, fully stocked, ready to go into the winter. So if you've been wishing you had a different color or pattern of Define My Day, we have them all for you now. So we're ready to roll. Let's see. Let's go into the comments real quick. Anna, good morning. Good to see you. Thank you for joining me. Angel, good morning. Good to see you as always. And B.E. Hall, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. So that's where we're I'm rolling. I'm on my new book. I'm excited, and I got some new perspective in going through this new book, and I'm going to go into that. We're going to talk about that pretty soon too. Anna, got yours. Absolutely, that's cool. Thank you very much. Amy, good morning. Anna's talking about her new Define My Day book. Thank you, Anna. All right. We're going to get into something real quick. Let's do the Daily Stoic. So this book is one that I read. I try to read every day. It's one of my disciplines. Some days I just sort of let it slip, and that's not a good excuse. But yesterday's I thought was really good. So yesterday, November 15th, everything is change. Meditate often on the swiftness with which all that exists and is coming into being is swept by us and carried away. For substance is like a river's unending flow, its activities continually changing and causes indefinitely shifting, so that almost nothing at all stands still. And that's Marcus Aurelius from Meditations. And the quick little discussion here in this book, or on this day, Marcus borrows this wonderful metaphor from Heraclitus, I don't know, who said, "No man steps in the same river twice, because the river has changed and so has the man. Life is a constant state of change, and so are we. To get upset by things is to wrongly assume that they will last. To kick ourselves or blame others is grabbing at the wind. To resent change is to wrongly assume that you have a choice in the matter. Everything is change. Embrace that. Flow with it." And, I mean, given our current times, I thought that was very appropriate. We're caught always in doing the Define My Day process. In all of this, we're caught in this balance of trying to be present in the moment and understanding this too shall pass, while also trying to forge ahead in the direction that we want to go in our lives. And you can't get stuck too much in either. And you'll hear differing opinions. Some people say, I want people that live in the future, blah, blah, blah. And then there's other people that say, I want to be present and I want to only be present, right? I don't think you can do only either. I think, as in life in general, there's a lot of nuance involved. And so, we want to see that point in the future that we want to keep moving toward, but we also want to make sure that we are in the moment, in any moment, good or bad, understanding that if it's bad, there are future moments that are going to be very good down the road, and there's others, that we need to hold on to because they're so good, but they're also going to be fleeting. So you want to, we're always kind of like changing our focus. And you imagine, like, you kind of compare it to, and I always compare this like to like boating or driving or flying, whatever, train, right? But when you're driving down the road, your eyes are constantly looking around. You're looking down the direction of where you're going. You're looking for any obstacles. You're looking for traffic. You're looking for, just to make sure you're on the right path, right? And then you're always bringing it forward to just in front of you so you don't run into anybody, so you don't run over anybody, to know, like, see what's going on right there. And at times, you're also looking left and right and behind you. So you're looking left and right to make sure there's nothing coming in unexpectedly. And you're looking behind you, number one, to make sure there's nothing from your past coming up to haunt you, right? And you're also, looking back there to see what's going on behind you. And I compare that to looking back to, what we may have done in the past and what we can learn from that. Like sometimes even if you make a mistake on the road and you look back and you go, whoa, that was close, right? I think you can compare our everyday lives to how you drive. You don't drive just in front of your bumper, but you can't always look all the way down the road 2 miles, right? You're looking down the road real quick, and then you're going to be in front of you, and you're always in sort of a, back and forth between right in front of you and a little bit down the road, while periodically looking off to the sides, right? And making sure nothing's coming up behind you. So you kind of want to understand that that's how we're going through life too. We can't always live in the future. We can't always be present, and we certainly don't want to spend too much time in the past. All right, the other one I want to do is the Do One Thing Every Day That Centers You book. And I'm just going to open this one to a random page. All right, and this one is stretch. And then on the second page it says your body. So stretch, and the prompt is stretch your quadriceps to reduce stress. Stand near a wall or a place of sturdy exercise equipment for support. Grasp your ankle and gently pull your heel up and back until you feel a stretch in the front of your thigh. Tighten your stomach muscles to prevent your stomach from sagging outward and keep your knees close together. Hold for about 30 seconds, switch legs, and repeat. So it's just a quick little, mindfulness, one thing that focuses you. And it's funny because we tend to, in little exercises like this, we tend to focus on the thing itself, stretching. What am I doing right here? I'm stretching, I'm loosening my muscle. But the practice of actually starting it is an exercise too. Being mindful of the fact that I need to stretch. Taking the opportunity to do it, using that discipline, that willpower to actually do it. And I think about that in exercise in general, or dieting. It's not so much the exercise, it's willing yourself to do the exercise, to take the time to put on your clothes and walk outside or go for a jog or go for a swim or whatever you might be doing. And I think the benefit is more mental in that way than it is in any other area of your body. And I look at Define My Day very much that way. Define My Day for me, the process of opening the book, picking it up and opening it, is as much an accomplishment as anything else you're going to do with it. It's that practice of being mindful and disciplined in our actions. And it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy for me. It's not easy for you. We're all in different places, that's for sure. D, good morning. Good to see you. Brenda, good morning to see you again. Sandy, hi. Good morning. Good to see you too. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to announce, before we get into my topic here, I am going to announce two things. We're going to do a gift up until Thanksgiving as a thanks to you guys every day, every weekday through the next 2 weeks. So up until Thanksgiving. So what we're going to do it in two ways. Number one, in each package every day, or not in each package, in one package of each of our shipments that go out every day, we're going to give one little thank you. So it might be a package of pens. It might be a Do One Thing Every Day That Centers You book. It might be an extra Define My Day. but we're going to give one person that orders every day a little gift in their package. The second thing we're going to do is every day I am going to post a Facebook post, and it's going to be a post of one of the products that we carry in our store. And if you like it and then comment on it, you will be entered to win that prize next Monday when we do our live session. And then we're going to do this again the following week. So go ahead. And aside from that, there's like no real other rules. Like, you don't have to make any specific comment. We're just going to randomly pick somebody that comments and likes. And you know, there's like, we're not going to overcomplicate it with a bunch of rules, but that's pretty much it. So, you know, and then I'll announce them all on the next live session next Monday. So you have we'll do at least 5 times of each. We'll do, because we don't ship on the weekend, so we only ship on Monday through Friday, and so you'll see anybody that orders will get, you know, a chance to win one thing each day. And then the online one for the people that might not be ordering this week, you get an opportunity to, where if you like and comment on one of our posts for an item, and you can do it as many times as you want. Don't comment more than once on the post, but you can be in all of the 5 posts we make through the week. BE says, it's very nice. You're welcome. Thank you. Angie says, oh, lost you. There we go. Angie says, good morning. I love your book. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I'm having a time staying consistent on my second book, and I keep missing days. So my goal now is to complete a week. Funny enough, that's my goal too. And so it's not that I miss days very often. I might miss a Sunday once in a while. And when I do that, I look at it like as don't let too much go. So on a Sunday, I tend to just let it all go, right? And so I'm trying to now have that mindset where you just don't let it all go. Still maintain your processes in the morning a little bit more loosely. And my define my day on Sundays is more like, you know, be present watching football with the boys, do chores around the house, you know, stuff like that. So it's not, you know, real like I'm working hard and being super productive on a Sunday, but I still want to maintain that sense of order even in the smallest way through my day. But I will tell you, so in my new book, my personal goal for this month, one of my personal goals, is 100% DMD for the 28 days. Now, some of you might say, well, that's not too hard, but think about it. 100% define my day adherence. That means doing my affirmations every morning. That means doing all of my daily disciplines, filling up my daily discipline page every day. That means getting into define my day every morning, you know, making sure I'm doing my priorities and all the stuff that happens on define my day, journaling every evening, reviewing every week, reviewing the end of the month with the review my month page. So 100% is I think for anybody a lofty goal. I don't know that I've ever had 100% in the years that I've been doing this. And I will tell you, Angie, I've especially starting out, this was not a 100% thing for me. I miss days, right? And I think that as you get into it and you start seeing the benefit, as long as you're looking back and reviewing your progress and you can really see that benefit and feel the difference, then you will get more inclined to keep up with it. And I'll tell you, I mean, when I was doing this, seriously, when I was writing it down on paper, before this was any printed out at all, I needed those days where I didn't do it. And sometimes I even needed a couple of weeks where I didn't do it to realize how much it was helping. Not doing it sometimes offers as much value as doing it because you can see the flip side. You don't want to stop doing it to the point where you fall out of the habit completely and you just go off in another direction, because we're not improving then. But when you can see that and realize, okay, this was really helping, I need to get back to it. I see the value. I feel the value. That's very important. It's when we've talked about failure many times in this session, and that failure offers us so much perspective. And by not keeping up with our habits, it's kind of a failure, right? Like, we shouldn't be afraid of the word failure. It offers us very important lessons. In fact, I've learned a lot more from failure than I've ever from success. A lot of times what success has taught me is that, it's not as sweet as you think it is. A lot of times, it's the process. It's the failure. It's the overcoming failures. That's kind of like the spice of life in a way. So don't be afraid of it. Don't worry about it. Don't stress out about it. Every day is a new day. It's a new opportunity to get a little bit better, and just keep plugging away. It's part of life. That ebb and flow, and you'll find what you gravitate toward and what helps and what doesn't, and you have to understand what changes you need to make to keep moving forward in a better way. Yeah. And it's funny because we've talked about this in the past, that word try, right? The word try is one that I have a weird relationship with. So I say try a lot. And we even did a session about the word try and commitment, right? And in that session, I said try, and I was caught by people in the session. And so I would say this: try to change the wording in how you speak with yourself. And this is to everybody. I'm not picking on you, because I have this conversation with myself every day. So try is kind of like the Yoda thing. There is no try, only do, right? So instead of saying, like, I will try to be successful, I will try to be healthy, I will try to define my day, I will try to be a better spouse, you sort of have to change that into I will be, right? I will be healthier. I will be a hard worker. I will be focused on what's most important to me. I will define my day every day. I will be a better spouse. And you can even change that wording to I am. And that's actually, like, for me, and I'm going to go over my affirmations because I just rewrote them today. When you say I am, then you're actually taking on that persona, right? So you've gone from try to will to am. So it's like I'm sort of making a commitment, but it's not really a commitment to I am making a commitment to, like, I'm owning this. Like, this is me, right? Like, so this is me right now. I am somebody that commits and does what I say I committed to. I am a healthier person. And then when you're like, and so that's for me, when I'm looking at an unhealthy decision from a food perspective, and I look at it and I say, I am a healthy person. Well, if I am a healthy person, am I going to eat that? No. Now, I am a healthy person, but I do allow myself to eat some of this stuff to the point where it's not to the point where it's unhealthy, right? I am a person that exercises daily. I am a person that does define my day. I am a person that, and I'll go through this. I'm going to go through my affirmations here, and it will kind of give you a little bit more perspective into that. Bonnie says, my goal is to just start. I know. I still haven't started again since I said it was my first time catching one of your lives. Hearing you say just opening the book takes discipline, I feel seen because it's so true. Thank you. You're welcome. So the book is intimidating, especially for new people, and it doesn't need to be. You can't do it perfectly. You can't do it. You can't do it with judgment. You have to just open the book and start writing. and you're gonna mess it up. Like it's just gonna be a process of learning. So I think if you look at it as a journey more than a solution, like it's just kind of like your notebook as you're taking notes and trying to realign yourself through whatever you're going through with life. And it's also why erasable pens is a big seller on our website, probably one of our best accessories out there, if not the best, because I have been using these for years and I erase all of the time because I mess things up. And I'm still figuring this out. One of my disciplines that I came up with for myself about a month ago was that if I write down a priority, I am going to do it. And so that has made me, before I write down a priority, make it past this litmus test of, is this so important that I will do it no matter what? And now, I can only have that conversation now because I've gone through years of evaluating my actions on a daily basis through Define My Day. In the very beginning, I would say, write down your priorities. If you didn't get it done, then ask yourself why. Is it because it wasn't important enough, or is it because unimportant things got in the way? And so if all of these things are important, then how do we need to understand our priority list better? Our value list, our direction and where we're going. How do we clarify that more? So that's like a learning experience you go through for the first couple of days, weeks, months, sometimes years. I'm still going through it. And then I sort of graduated to this place where I'm making this commitment to, if I write it down as a priority, I will do it today no matter what, at the expense of anything else, because I identified it as important and I'm going to do it. If it's not important enough to show up in 1, 2, or 3 priority, then it shouldn't be on that list, and I'll either get to it later or I'm just never going to get to it because it's not that important. And so these are just different ways of using this book as you learn more about yourself. But don't look at it like a hard thing. Like just and then this is a thing we've gone through. We see it like daily. I mean, really daily with users. Just pick it up and start writing. Don't make it a big deal. Just get into the process. Get into the rhythm. Like you're not going to make life-changing changes right now. You're just getting into the rhythm, which in itself was a life-changing change. But just sort of like get rolling with it, and over time, as you gain momentum, you'll get there. You'll get there. Lori says, I need to do this. I write in my DMD every day, but need to refer to it more often throughout the day to remind myself what I wrote. That's actually become harder for me now that I work out of my house. So when I was working and doing sales calls and driving around on the road, it was just always my notebook that I was always refer to. It was always sitting on my desk or my car seat. And it was just, I always had it, right? It was just always in my hand. Now that I work out of my house, it tends to sit on my desk. And maybe, Lori, I need to start carrying it around with me every day, even through my house. Like maybe it just needs to be tied to me the way that it was tied to me at work. Maybe I'll give that a shot, because I need to get my 100%. In 28 days, you guys are going to be asking me, so how did that work out? And if I say 98%, I think I'm going to be a little disappointed in myself. Angie says, I'm going to get better. I have 6 books, and the goal is to be a pro. Smile. I do love them. I use the note pages faithless. Love to write. Awesome. Very cool. I use the note pages faithfully. I gotcha. It's that spell check, right? I will define my day every day. Good for you. BE says, I'm going to focus on my priorities list and do it today no matter what. Yes! Let's go! Vonnie says, I just went and got it from my drawer, a legitimate success. I really like the way on deciding on priorities. That's very helpful because my brain often sees everything as something that needs to be done now. In that, we are going to have to go back into this in another session, because the process of going through and picking priorities out of all the things we have to do is it's vital to all of this. And it's going through and picking out your one thing, right? I read this over the summer, actually, and to the shock of a lot of our users. And this is exactly like if there were a guide or a handbook for using Define My Day, or like a kind of a reason or a vision for using Define My Day, this would be it. Very close to exactly to what we talk about. And so what I would say is that, everybody has a million things to do in a day. And that's part of the problem, is we're all so overwhelmed. And so we just try to hit or take care of everything that's hitting us in the face. And we're swatting them away like flies, and we can't because we don't make any progress that way. And so we need to, like the quick and dirty way to do this without getting too far into it is to just write down everything you have to do and start prioritizing them on a second list, like right next to it, as to which things, are more important than the other. You have to start creating this awareness of the importance of things going on. And there's a lot of things that seem important. I always use laundry as an example. Like, laundry is really important, right? Laundry, if we don't have clean clothes, we can't go outside. We smell like, it just doesn't look good. But there are probably other things that are much more important that need to be done first. And so we need to make sure that those things are getting done. It might be something that earns us money. It might be something that feeds us. It might be something that makes us healthy. We have to develop a priority order of, what's most important to us, and try to relegate the stuff that can be done later, or can be done when we have already drained our mental willpower on the important stuff and just sort of done as we're piddling around the house. We have to make sure that we're having the proper priorities and realize that we have to forgive ourselves of not doing certain things that have low value perfectly. I'll make a note here. All right. So, I know what I want to do. I'm sorry, I almost forgot. For the people that haven't seen them yet, I want to show you the new covers real quick before I get into my little revelations for myself as I started my new book. All right, so first, now we have the covers, the solid covers back in stock. So pink, teal, purple, blue, and red are the solid colors that are back in stock. So they're all available now. We also came up with a couple of new ones. So we have these, we call them Victorian Vine. We have pink, and then we have this tan color with pink. So they're sort of like opposites. So you can pick which one you want. And you can see, like, it's hard to see with the plastic on, but you can see like there's a little Define My Day kind of hidden in there with that shiny coating. We also got a little wacky, and we thought for those people that want to look just a little bit more professional, that we would do a leather print. And it's funny, I think it came out looking like a football. So now, this is just a soft coat paper, right? So this isn't real leather. But you can see, if you can see it, it kind of got that grainy look to it. It's pretty cool. I like it more than I thought I was going to like it, and it does look very much like a football. So if you're into football, or if you're into looking a little bit more executive, this would be the Define My Day for you. Now, this one was probably the most requested of any of the new covers we've come up with. This has been talked about for a long time. It's our pink camo. So you can see it's still got the Define My Day on there that you really can't see unless you're looking at it right, especially in the camo. Like, it's significantly camouflaged in there. But this one right here, I think, is probably going to be one of our biggest sellers. So we're going to have to watch this one, and we'll see. We might have to reorder this one quickly. But this is our new pink camo. And then finally, I've already showed you, but this is I got a little fingerprint on that. But this is our American flag one. This is the one that's going to benefit the Veterans Leadership Program that helps other that helps veterans transition back into civilian life, and they do everything from helping people get homes, jobs, mental health. Like it's about helping them empower themselves and do well for themselves. So, very good cause, efficient company or efficient nonprofit. That doesn't put a lot of their money toward just existing. So we like that about them. A lot of the money goes to the actual people that need it. So we have 1,000 of these, only 1,000. We will definitely be sold out before the end of the year with 1,000 of these. And so I'm hoping that we can sell out actually fairly soon, so we can get that money to them before the end of the year. So check this one out. It's not going to be on sale because of the fact that the money is going to them, and I don't want to take money away from them by putting it on sale or discounting it. So you'll find the solid colors are on sale right now. The new covers are not. We are going to have some Black Friday deals too. But keep in mind, one person that orders every day in the next week is going to get a free item in their box. Everything from a package of pens to, we'll have some nicer stuff in there too. And then every day we're going to post an item, and you can like and comment, and then next Monday we're going to announce a winner for each one of those items. Let's get comments, and then we're going to start talking about my revelations as I went through realigning my daily realigning my goals here. Okay, so Amy says, DMD is in my lap. Sadly, only did great last Monday. So now I'm reworking the pages for that week, and not funny. Still reading the one thing. Read several chapters last Monday and haven't picked it up since. It's beside me now. I will define my day and read when the video is over. Still relatively early here in Arizona. Good for you, Amy. And look, it happens. I've been struggling through a book for a couple of weeks now. And I just read a little bit every day. Yesterday I tried to dedicate more time. Got interrupted a little bit, but I tried to dedicate more time yesterday and made it through a few chapters. But I've been just trying to go like a chapter a day. And when you do a 40-chapter book, actually it's like 50 chapters. I'm on chapter 40. It still takes a month to read a book like that. So I've been sort of limping through a book right now. And I think it's just the matter of the content. But, it happens. It happens. Yeah, the pink camouflage is pretty cool, right? Yeah, it is. It is, absolutely. All right, and then Vonnie says, I love the flag cover so much. The transition to becoming a civilian again is no joke. Yeah. I love it even more knowing it will benefit that organization. Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, transitioning from military to civilian life is not easy. It's funny because when I went through it, I was excited because I went straight into college after I got out. And I thought it was going to be easier. I was excited, but there's different relationships, and relationships are formed differently. And you do get a sense, even like me not going through anything too bad in the military, there was this sense of like meaningfulness. And like the little inconsequential things that a 18 to 22-year-old, and you don't even have to limit it by age, but the inconsequential things that people worry about. And when you've already gone through 4 years of experience in the military, traveling the world, seeing different things, and especially if you've been through a battle, or even prepping for one, you see things in a different light, and what what people find important or stressful or, whatever. And so, I think it's really hard to really like decompress and understand that, some things are still important to other people, although when you're facing life and death situations, it's easy to write that stuff off. But also like just understand that like there's places to find meaning. There's ways to find meaning in other situations. And I actually, the one movie I think that really illustrated this well for me was Machine Gun Preacher. It's about a guy that went to Africa and set up a school in one of the countries with a warlord, problem. They were like kidnapping kids and things. And he set up like a school for kids, that would be, kidnapped by these people. And so he was dealing with like life and death, and like he was in firefights. And then he would come home to his wife and kid, and like life seemed so trivial there, right? But it was important to his wife, it was important to his kid, but it still seemed kind of trivial. And like that back and forth between him being home and then going back to Africa into this like, and then coming back home, and it just being like, that back and forth. He did it a couple times in the movie, and it was really clear, well illustrated in that movie. All right, so let me get into the content here and talk about what we're doing. So I started my new book, and again, I started this one here, the flag book. And so I did it in a new way where I didn't, because I get into this habit of just rewriting my affirmations from the last book, right? And we all tend to do that. We rewrite our affirmations, we rewrite our ideal day, sometimes our goals, a lot of times our disciplines. We just kind of just copy them, transpose them, and do them again. But I really, this time, wanted to take some time to think about it a little bit. So I redid my affirmations in the order that they came to me. So they're not in specific order here aside from how they came to me. And I wrote them in the I am way, right? So my affirmations this time, and they're all in response to things I've felt over the past couple of months. Number one, the first thing that came to mind for me, I am steady. I am steady, because in COVID, elections, all of the things going on, I have felt unsteady at times, right? I have felt a little bit more buffeted by what's going on in the world around me. Ironically, not really going out into the world too much. But in reaction to, or in response to feeling that way, I need to reaffirm that I am steady on a daily basis, right? And maybe more often. So when I am experiencing this feeling of being pushed around by events or feelings, I am steady. All right, number two here. I am an example with you guys, with my kids, in my family structure as a whole, friends. I am an example. I am not anything else. I will be an example of what I believe in. I am truthful. I am going to be honest, even sometimes when the honesty hurts. I am truthful in everything I do. I am an attentive father. Now, a lot of people would say, well, yeah, why do you need to affirm that? You're already an attentive father. Because I need to not drift from that. I am an attentive father. When I feel myself being pulled away, my attention being pulled away from speaking with my kids or being present in the moment, I say to myself, I am an attentive father. I am caring. It's not that I don't care. I don't always show that I care. And sometimes my priorities get in front of me caring or showing that I care. So I need to remember, although I am caring, do I show that I'm caring? I am creating a great team. At home, my family team, at work. Like, am I, in all my actions, am I creating a team or am I tearing the team down? I take care of my stuff. We all do this where we get something and then we don't take care of it, like once we get it, and then we're like, oh man, I really ruined that thing, right? Whether it's our house or something as simple as like, I don't know, something really silly. But, I take care of my stuff. And that's like, I have that thought a lot of times because the past creeps up on me with my aquariums, right? My father even said it to me. He's like, why, my kid is yelling right now. I have no idea why. He's not, I don't think he's bleeding, so I think we're okay. But, so, and I'm all distracted. Now my other kid's wondering what he's screaming about. Sorry. So my aquariums, right? Even my dad said to me, "Why are you going to get an aquarium? You never took care of the last one you had." Well, so that was 20 years ago, all right? And I've grown a lot since then. But I have that thought in the back of my mind, that like, especially as I see little things not being taken care of, like, okay, no, I'm not that old person. I'm different. I'm 20 years older now. I take care of my stuff, right? And so that kind of keeps me, and it's almost like I have to prove to myself, like I'm not that old person anymore. I take care of my stuff. And you can go around like looking at the house, like when I walk around and look at the house and we have the choice to maybe clean something quickly or go back and start a project or finish a project. I take care of my stuff. It's like that thing that keeps coming in the back of my head. I take care of my people. Same thing. Kids, people that work with me, you guys, I take care of my people. And when I feel like I'm falling from that, I have to realign. I live with intent, right? We all have those days, like Sundays, when we sort of drift, or maybe a week when we drift. We've talked about it a lot right here. I live with intent is something I say to myself. Like, because if I don't say it to myself daily, I can see myself looking back and going, man, where'd this week go? Like, it kind of just went by and I wasn't aware of where my time was. It's because I wasn't living with intent. I live with intent. And I live with passion, right? I show love of life. I want my kids to see me as an example of someone that enjoys his life, no matter what's going on with it. Even in COVID, even in all of this stuff, I live with passion, right? And so you can see, like, these are all defining statements. These are all the I am statements. These aren't I will, I try. It's all I am statements. So going back to the conversation we had 15, 20 minutes ago, these are the ways that I'm reprogramming the way I think to get through my day. And these all come from, to go back to the topic of this whole video, these all come from realigning on the monthly time frame, realigning how I feel my past month or two have gone, in evaluating that and making the adjustments that I need to make to improve going forward. Now, a couple of other things real quick that I changed. I changed my day a little bit. I made my wake up time 6 in the morning. That's fluctuated. I've tried 5, I've tried 7. If I wake up too late, it just screws up the rest of my day. So 6 a.m. is the day that I wake up, and I filled in my ideal day more loosely than I have in the past because I have frequently not met that ideal day like cadence. I've not met that rhythm that I like to have under ideal circumstances. So I've made it a little bit more loose. I have a hard wake up time. I have hard lunch times and dinner times with the family, and I have a hard bedtime. And then I have a very loose, like priority 1, priority 2, and the rest of it's, just kind of like whatever matters in that day. So I have a few things that I am obligated to do, or a few things that I'm obligating myself to do, like my priority times. And then like the afternoons are incredibly loose. I'll still work, I'll still do things that are important, but I'm kind of giving myself that space where I don't feel like I'm failing myself for no reason. Like there's no reason to feel failure more than you need to, right? We fail enough already. And so I'm giving myself a little bit of breathing space to allow the day to unfold as it needs to. But I still like, I want to wake up, like really important. I want to wake up at 6 o'clock. I got to define my day. And one of the things that I've scheduled on here that's not a priority, I've actually put it into a discipline, is to write each morning. Whether I write for 10 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour, I want to write as a discipline each morning. And that discipline connects to me developing curriculum and thoughts and articles and new things to create. So that's a discipline. It would be a priority. It's part of my overall values, but I want it to be so ingrained that it needs to be a discipline for me. And that's pretty much it. Let me go into disciplines real quick. So my disciplines, are mainly the same. I didn't transpose because I figured if I couldn't remember it from doing it every day, then it's either not important or it would come back around to me at some point in time. But wake up at 6 o'clock is a discipline. Do define my day, because one of my goals is to do define my day 100% this month, right? Define my day is a discipline. Meditating is always on there. Writing is a new discipline for me. 2 waters first thing in the morning has always been one for me. My supplements, drinking either a green tea or a kombucha is a discipline for me. Bed by 11 is actually later than my typical discipline. I was trying to get to bed by 10, failing on that, and realizing that I have failed on that so more often than not. So I either need to make the decision to not fail on it or give myself a little bit more grace. So I made my bedtime 11 o'clock. And then one of my other disciplines is the Daily Stoic, to read that every day. I haven't been every day, missing not more often than not, but more often than I would like. So again, reviewing what my progress has been like, it not being a discipline, now it is a discipline. I have decided to make that one a discipline, not give myself more grace on that one. It takes 30 seconds. So, evaluating where I've been, what I've done, what my results have been like, and now, changing my, it's like I'm changing my environment, right? We haven't really even talked about goals and priorities yet, but I'm changing my environment and changing my habits and my mindset to get me to the place where I can accomplish those goals. All we're doing is setting ourselves up for success at this point. That's what I'm doing. I'm setting myself up for success. And now, now that I'm like in, like, you can even make your priority like setting up that environment. For the first week or two you're using Define My Day, you can say I'm setting up that environment. If you've been using Define My Day and you're not feeling the results, go back into this and ask yourself why. Try to figure out like what's going on. Why isn't it working the way that you feel like it should, or the way that I've made it out to be how it should be for you? So, I'm setting myself up for success. And when I do that, when I'm optimal in that way, then I can focus on my priorities and move forward on them in the best way possible. All right. I think that is it. Let me check my notes just to make sure I hit everything that I wanted to hit today. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments before I sign off. I don't want to miss any of you guys. All right, so we did Daily Stoic. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's where I'm at. We have one more session before the Thanksgiving holiday. How are you guys with that? How's your Thanksgiving looking? We just decided over the weekend we are not going to do anything with family for the Thanksgiving. We're going to make it our own holiday. Not going to go out, not going to have anybody in. And it's just, given what's going on, like where we're at right now with infections, and it's not even that we think that we're at risk. I just don't think I don't know that it's right at the moment. And also, even if we do get sick in any way, this is our busiest time of the year with customers and everything going on. We didn't think it was the right risk to take. And so, we're in a new house. We're going to make it we're just going to try to make the best of it here with the boys and enjoy our time. And, might have to put a little bit more effort into making it feel Thanksgiving-ish. We might have to put in some effort to not be sad that we're not going to be with our people. But I think it's going to be okay. I have a lot of faith that it's going to be okay. I think we're going to make it a fun day. And I'm excited for that. We'll watch some football, we'll eat some turkey and all the other stuff, and we'll decorate the house, and it'll be great. So, looking forward to it. Lori, just want to say thank you. I really needed to hear this today. Well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad it was helpful for you. It's a journey, and we're all on it. We're all in different parts of it. And all of these things that I talk to you about, that we go back and forth on here, I've struggled through it myself and continue to do. I mean, I'm still learning as I go through this process, and I think that's what makes it so important. It's just that it's a nice companion through this whole thing. And if I didn't have it, I don't know where I would be right now. It certainly wouldn't be here. It certainly wouldn't be with you. And I don't think there's any other place I'd rather be. Anna says, we are not doing family stuff. May join daughter and husband for dinner. Want to mitigate risk as much as we can. And we feel the same way. Same way. BE says, usually travel to New York to spend time with family for the last 5 years. This year I'm staying home and putting up the Christmas decorations. And that's nice. Good for you. And I think I want to do that too. I want to get the Christmas decorations up before it gets too cold, because I do not want to be shivering my butt off putting lights up. We haven't really decorated a whole lot. And my dad always was like, you have to decorate for the kids. And so they ended up sending like inflatable, like a 8-foot inflatable Santa to us, just so we'd have that. And we always decorate inside. It's the outside. I never really wanted to put the effort into it. Again, priorities. I had other things that were like top of mind. And I just, I just never really thought it was a big deal. This year, especially now with all the time, I want to make it a priority. So we have to buy Christmas lights, and we're going to do the trees and the bushes and everything outside. I'm not going to get all Clark Griswold on everybody, but we're going to do it. I'm going to put a better effort toward it than we used to. Yeah, I saw that Michigan's going through it again, and I think a lot of us are. I think this is going to get a little bit crazy here in the near future. It's so, I think that going back to, let's hit it. Let's hit this again one more time before I sign off. Everything is change. Life is in a constant state of change, so are we. To get upset by things is to wrongly assume that they will last. To kick ourselves or blame others is grabbing at the wind. To resent change is to wrongly assume that you have a choice in the matter. Everything is change. Embrace that and flow with it. And I think if we keep that in mind as we are going through these next couple of weeks and months, we can make it a little bit better. It can't, we may not be happy with everything that's going on right now. And we may not like that we have to stay home. We may not like the people we're staying home with, maybe. But the fact of the matter is that this too shall pass. And, there's very good vaccine news that we've been coming out with. Like just today, there's good vaccine news. I think that on the COVID front, we will get through this. Right now, our responsibility is to tend to ourselves to make sure we get through this as healthy as possible. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. Just take care of yourself and realize that, there's things to enjoy now. There's things we might not be happy with, but we can get through this. We will get through this. Lori, this is the Daily Stoic. It's a Ryan Holiday. He's written a couple of really good books, but this is just there's a daily quick passage that you can read, and it's dated so you can see, like, each day has its own passage for you to read. It's very good. I find it, like, every day I'm like, whoa, like every time I read it, I can relate it to something going on in my life. Can I post that for you? I love it. And yeah, absolutely. I will. I'll put it on the Facebook page after we're done here, or at least sometime today. Hey, you're welcome. Good, you're welcome. I'm glad it was helpful. Thank you very much. I hope to see you next week. Yeah, I will. And I will have that up for you. All right, good, guys. Everybody, thank you for spending your time with me. I appreciate it. I hope this was helpful for you. If there's anything you would like to hear about, please let us know. If there's some questions you have, something you want more depth, some more insight into, let me know. We can certainly talk about it. I'm here every week, and I don't want to run out of things to talk about. So let me know. Let me know. Everybody, have a great day. Have a great week. Be happy. Be healthy. And take care of yourself. Everybody have a great day. Take care.